Well, it's time to say goodbye to Hartlepool Marina, and we're here in the docks, but I am not alone. And that is not sunrise, that is behind me, it's sunset. Because there on the bow, give us a wave, Ben. Seen him before, he's helped me many times. Ben has come all of the way up to Hartlepool from Plymouth to take me all of the way down to Grimsby in one 100-mile hop. So it was a solo sail up until this point. Well, Gavin joined me the other day, but Ben is definitely ready to be more than capable first mate. Just waiting now for the gates to open, and we'll be on our way. Look at that sunset, it's beautiful. Alrighty, and as if by magic, we're out on the water. It was all a bit chaotic, of course, because everything I'd programmed into that thing that you just saw, for some reason it decided not to remember, because I didn't press save, so I just had to reprogram that. I would have filmed it, but you know, I had things to do. We're coming out, you can see there, got a red and a green dead ahead. And if you see just underneath that sail, you might see a flashing light. Oh, you can't, can you? The camera won't pick that up, but there's a flashing light there. It tells me that that is definitely the green one I'm heading towards. The red one hasn't lit up yet. Still a bit of light in the sky. And today we're practicing other things because Ben's got open CPN. We are motoring. As you can hear, the motor's going. Got a little bit of variable wind behind us, but at least it's behind us and not in front of us, which is what it has been for the last 3 days. Though you wouldn't think so, the way those sails are flobbing. There you go, the green's still going. That's one of those flying fishing pots. You just see a white thing and you try and avoid it and then realise it's actually a seagull. Seriously. I mean, you can see it better on this camera than I can see that in real life. I should probably just have a camera in front of my eyes so I can see everything. It's getting darker. Looks bright like that, doesn't it? It's not that bright, I promise. And we're right next to the wind farm. The water is a bit bumpy. So we've got a vessel ahead of us. We're just checking AIS to see what it's doing. There's quite a bright light on that vessel, so we can definitely see that. Ben's having a look. We're going to split the night watches, so I'm probably going to stick around until maybe 10, 11 o'clock, and then whoever's the most tired will then go down for a sleep. And we're going to do 2 hours on, 2 hours off. So I won't film you while I'm asleep. Freedom is a massive thing that is just floating randomly around. I was on a collision course and in the right, so I radioed them and I said, what are you doing? They said, oh, we're stationary. Well, you're not stationary, MH Freedom, and now you're setting off my AIS alarms. But she's very much aware that we're here, so don't know what to do about that. Radio them again. Keep our eye on it, that's for sure. There she is, all lit up beautifully. I say she, because when I spoke to them, it was a lady that answered, and she said that she was yeah, just moving forward a few meters and then back meter and staying stationary. So thankfully they have turned away from us now, because that was just a little bit too close. Yeah. When you're on night watch, but the only thing you can see is the ensign. Well now, this is Ben leaning over the back of the boat, because we have tried for the last, I don't know, however long. It was just about 2 o'clock, I think, when we picked up the Pot Bouy, and I have now got a wetsuit on. Yes. Called Humber Coast Guard and told them that we're about to enter the water. We've given them our position. We are stuck so solid that we have not moved at all. I mean, this is better than an anchor. So this is our position right now. And we are 1.4 miles north of Kettleness. So wetsuit's on, the mask is going on. See what we can do. Should have filmed that, I know, but I was too busy swimming. So the Pot Bouy pickup buoy went one side of my rudder stock, and the flag buoy went the other side of my rudder stock. And what we did, and we pushed and we pulled, we couldn't get it out. So unfortunately, I had to cut a rope. I'm pleased that I only had to cut the pickup buoy rope. So that fisher person from NN9, apologies to you. You don't have a pickup buoy now, but you still at least have your marker, so you can collect your fish, or crabs, or lobsters, or whatever they are. So it's what, 3:30 in the morning. I'm just warming up now. We called Coast Guard. I told Coast Guard exactly where we were, exactly what we were doing, how many people were going in the water, just me, and they wanted to know when we got back out of the water and that we were safe. So did that. Well worth letting them know. I'm so glad we did. Tied a line around myself as well, and Ben had hold of me. Couldn't have done it on my own, but then I wouldn't have been out here on my own, would I? At night. So yeah, things to think about. There were a lot of pot boys around here as well, so eyes peeled for a little while, that's for sure, and headed out into deeper water. But we were in 45 metres of water, so yeah, it was a lot deeper than I thought. There it is. Good morning. That's the one that caught us. Slightly lighter than this one here. So there you go. At least it was two on the one that we collided with. I have no excuse other than it was dark and it had a black flag on it. It turned out to be a purple flag, but we could only see that with the light on. We are now 5:30 AM, and Ben has just gone down for a sleep, so he took himself good 2 hours. He let me sleep a little bit longer and warm up, which is lovely. And as you can see, the sun is now coming up, and nothing more exciting has happened. That's Flamborough Head. Well, would you look at that. Amazing sunrise. And the wonderful thing about it is now I can see more. I can get that off. Now we're winning. Got Scarborough to our starboard side now. And originally I would have been going in there. But unfortunately I need to make up a bit of time. And that's why Ben's here. It does look sunny there, doesn't it? Tired now. This cruising shoot has been a pain. I don't know why the dolphins don't like to play in Ketty's bow wave. They always come and have a look and then they disappear. I've come up the front just to get away from the drone of the engine, which is just pushing us along, bringing the apparent wind so that I can still fly this. It's only about 3-4 knots of wind, so just doing a bit of tick over. What I have seen is seagulls doing their amazing diving thing dead ahead of us. Must have been some fish there. Of course now they're not doing it, are they? And all of that there is Flamborough Head. It all looks very beautiful this morning. Right, well, here's the thing. Since we lost an hour of time with the whole go swimming in the middle of the sea thing, we're now not necessarily going to make it in time to get to Grimsby because the tide is more against us than we thought. So I'm making passage plans now to see if we can get to Wells next to the sea. Now, Wells next to the sea is, well, it's about here on the map. So, that's another 75 miles from where we are now. It's 10 AM. It's going to be roughly 2 or 3 AM when we get there, but high tide there isn't until roughly 9 AM, 12 hours from now. 24 hours from now. But yeah, we're not going to get there for a high tide, and Wells next to sea is tidal. So another option is to maybe just go into the Humber and anchor here or here. And at this particular point, I cannot say for sure what we'll have to do. So we've got one of 3 plans. We get to fish dock in Grimsby before 10 PM. We anchor in the Humber River, or we go further, get to Wells next to sea and anchor outside Wells next to the sea. Well, you'll have to find out what we do later on in this episode, because at the moment I haven't got a clue. I'm going to have a chat with Ben, who's happily driving up there, and we'll see what happens. But here's a close-up of Flamborough Head while we decide what we're doing, because it's all we've seen for the last 4 hours. Really quite impressive. I'm a lot closer than I planned to be, but we decided that was fine. And while I'm up here now helming, Ben's down there looking at the charts and things. What are you doing, Ben?
I'm cooking. What do you think? Your pedigree chum mixed with diced tinned vegetables, which you seem to serve yourself up with on a regular basis.
Have you heard him? pedigree chum with mixed bean vegetables, as if that's a bad thing. Oh yeah, tuna rice. Very, very nice. It's been a very quiet morning so far, and as you can see behind me, the sea is just flat now, which is really nice. The wind wise, we're still on the motor because the wind has now turned around, and it's actually, as you can see by the trim of the sails, just ahead of us. But as we are currently, and the way that the wind is, we're actually on target to get to Grimsby in time. Fingers crossed. I mean, 9 knots of wind. We are doing 5 knots through the water. Sadly though, we've still got the tide against us. So whilst that says 4.1 knots at the moment, it has been a lot less, especially as we came around Flamborough Head. I need to thank some people. I need to thank a lot of people. I need to thank Norman, who gave me a light bulb yesterday, it was yesterday, to go in the steaming light on Ketty because mine went out. Tony Edwards, Tony, thank you so much. Tony gave us a lift to Halford so that we could find a light bulb, and brought us back, and he's a sailor himself. So thank you to Tony. I need to thank Zilla and Zilla's niece. I met them, and they donated, they gave some cash. Thank you very much. I need to thank Val Garrett, who organised for the Ladies Link people to come to the boat the other day in Hartlepool. Thank you for your donations, and thank you to these people here who have donated via the GoFundMe link, and I've never met you. It's just so amazing to see that little notification appear on the top of my screen every now and then, and it says somebody has donated. Thank you very, very much to these people as well. AIS warning, AIS warning. What's it warning me about? Maybe it's warning me about the Mahoosive ship. There it is, look at that. That is Eagle Blaine. Yeah. So we have just crossed the, not the TSS because there's a gap at Humber, you've got to cross it. Checker 3. I'll show you where that is, it's here. So you can see that that is Checker Shoal 3, that is 2 Bravo. That is where that big ship is, right there. And now we're going to take the southern channel in. So nice to see sunshine here. Last time I came down here, we couldn't see because the rain was in our face. That was 6 years ago. There's a little bit of enjoyment of all of the vessels. So when you come into VTS and you're a sailing yacht, don't go 12, go 14, and they will talk to you, and they will be very, very nice and very helpful. And they may get the name of your boat wrong. I might be called Ketty 11, and somebody called Owl might be called Alpha or something, but they just want to make sure that everybody's safe. The next thing that I have to do is to make sure that we can get into Grimsby Fish Stop. It's coming up to high tide, so they will be closing the floodgates. They'll open the lock gates for a while, let a few boats in, then they close the floodgates because it will be too much water for them, and they open the floodgates. We have to get in, I think, between 6:20 and 1820 and 1950. According to this, we are going to get there at, oh yeah, 1903. we're doing a whacking 7 knots. Anyway, need to make a phone call on this very device that I'm filming on now. All the fenders. I want to give a shout out to Paul Smith, who's just done a round the UK trip for Alzheimer's. He went from Lymington to Lymington, I believe. Congratulations, Paul, on all the finances that you raised. He posted a fantastic video of Grimsby Fish Dock, whereas most of his videos of his journey around the UK maybe got a couple of hundred. I just saw a dolphin. If it comes up, I'll show you. But then the Grimsby Fish Dock, suddenly thousands of views. And he was basically showing how violent the waves, and not the waves, the tide is as you go in and into the fish dock. And having seen that and seen some of the professionals going in, and they just fender up their boat, the fishermen, it's just like, and they're ready to bounce in. Well, I don't really want to bounce Ketty in, so put the fenders there, hoping I don't need them, but yeah, could be interesting. I might try and get the camera up there as well when we go in. Alright, well, guess who forgot to press record on his camera? Yes, it was me. But we're here with moments to spare. There we go. We were told we close at 1900 and we got in at 18:59. 1 minute to spare. I think he was probably just trying to wind me up a bit. Was that you, Mr. Fishstock Island? Anyway, we're going there. In front, through that gap. Now I'm going to put the camera up there. Did anyone else get a wildfire alert here in the UK? Because it was that alert that stopped my phone recording the entry, so don't know how much of that you got, probably very, very little. But we are here, and as we were, let's get rid of those fish dock people, they're just a bit too loud. Let's get rid of them. And they literally closed the gates after one more vessel stonked in rather rapidly behind us. So we made it. Thank you very much. More tomorrow. Say anything, Ben?
What's that?
Want to say goodbye?
Yeah, goodbye. Harum scarum coming in, but there you go. We're here safely. Hopefully there's a beer somewhere awaiting us. So.
Future me here. Where am I now? I'm in Lowestoft. I'm at a very nice marina. You'll be able to see that in upcoming videos. But I just wanted to pop in at the end to say thank you very much for making it that far, all the way through that video. Really wish I'd have filmed a lot more, especially with the underwater footage of the cutting the buoy, but yeah, sorry. Thanks for sponsoring me. The details are here on screen again. We're not doing this for me. I don't get any money out of what goes into that GoFundMe account there. All of that money goes to Parkinson's UK. So if you would like to help us work towards a cure and generally making the lives of people with Parkinson's better, then please do go to that link and add a donation there. Really, really appreciate it. Goodbye.